The late 18th and early 19th centuries trembled under the thunder of marching boots as armies mobilized across Europe. A continent, no, a world was at war, engulfed in a conflict that would reshape its very foundations. This wasn't just another conflict. This was different. This was Napoleon, a man whose name would become synonymous with military prowess and ambition. From the sun-drenched fields of Spain to the snow-covered plains of Russia, Napoleon Bonaparte, a man of unparalleled ambition, carved his path through Europe. His name, whispered in fear or awe, resonated across Europe, a testament to his unmatched military genius and strategic brilliance. This was a new era of warfare, one that would forever change the way battles were fought. Gone were the days of formal lines and gentlemanly conduct, replaced by brutal and chaotic engagements. Napoleon brought with him a whirlwind of change. Massive armies clashing in brutal battles, innovative tactics, and a scale of conflict never seen before in history. This is the story of the Napoleonic Wars, a period etched in fire and blood, a period that redefined Europe and shaped the destiny of nations for generations to come. This is the story of empires clashing, of heroes rising and falling, of ordinary men caught in extraordinary circumstances, fighting for survival and glory. This is the story of a continent engulfed in the flames of war, a war that would leave an indelible mark on history. Europe in the late 18th century was a powder keg of unrest, with political tension simmering just beneath the surface. The flames of revolution, sparked in France, threatened to engulf the continent, spreading ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity. From this chaos, a figure of immense ambition emerged, Napoleon Bonaparte, a man destined to change the course of history. A master strategist and a charismatic leader, Napoleon quickly ascended the ranks of the French army, demonstrating unparalleled military prowess. His victories in Italy against Austria shocked Europe, showcasing his tactical genius and relentless drive. He wasn't just a general, he was a force of nature, reshaping the political landscape with every battle. Fearful of his growing power, European monarchies formed coalitions to oppose him, determined to halt his meteoric rise. Austria, Prussia, Russia, and Great Britain, united by their fear of revolutionary France, stood against the burgeoning French Empire, creating a formidable alliance. The stage was set for a titanic struggle, a clash of ideologies and empires that would shape the future of Europe. These weren't just wars for territory, they were wars for the very soul of Europe, battles that would determine the fate of nations. Would it be ruled by the ideals of the French Revolution, or would the old monarchies prevail, restoring the ancient regimes? The answer lay on the battlefields, in the hands of the soldiers who fought and died for their respective causes, shaping the destiny of Europe. Two behemoths locked horns on the battlefields of Europe, France, and Russia. Two empires, vast and powerful, driven by ambition and a desire for dominance. Their armies, massive and well-equipped, clashed in a series of epic battles that would decide the fate of nations. The French army, under Napoleon's brilliant leadership, was a force to be reckoned with. Motivated by revolutionary fervor and drilled to perfection, they were renowned for their aggressive tactics and unwavering discipline. Opposing them stood the Russian army, a formidable force known for its sheer size and resilience. The Russian soldier, hardened by the harsh conditions of his homeland, was a tenacious opponent, fighting with unwavering courage and loyalty to the Tsar. These two titans clashed on numerous battlefields, their encounters characterized by brutal fighting and heavy casualties. The clash between France and Russia was a clash of styles, of cultures, of two different ways of waging war. Northern Italy, a land of rolling hills, fertile plains, and strategic cities, became a focal point in the Napoleonic Wars. This region, with its rich history and diverse landscapes, was more than just a battleground. It was a symbol of power and ambition. Its strategic importance, controlling key routes across the Alps, made it a prize worth fighting for. The control of these routes meant dominance over the entire region, influencing trade and military movements. For Napoleon, Italy was a stepping stone to greater ambitions. His campaigns here were not just about territorial gains, but also about establishing his legacy and showcasing his military prowess. It was here that he first tasted victory, securing his reputation as a military genius. These early successes in Italy laid the foundation for his future conquests across Europe. He aimed to consolidate his hold on the region, securing his southern flank and gaining access to vital resources. This consolidation was crucial for sustaining his army and ensuring long-term dominance. Austria, with its long-standing influence in the region, saw Napoleon's presence as a threat to its interests and sought to expel him. The Austrians were determined to reclaim their dominance and push back the French forces. The clash between France and Austria in northern Italy was inevitable, a struggle for control of this strategically vital region. Both powers understood that the outcome here would shape the future of Europe. Battles raged across the Italian peninsula, from the Alps to the Adriatic Sea. These conflicts were marked by intense fighting and significant shifts in territorial control. Towns and cities changed hands, their streets echoing with the sounds of battle. The civilian population often found themselves caught in the crossfire, their lives upended by the ongoing conflict. Napoleon's campaigns in northern Italy were characterized by his brilliant strategic maneuvering, his ability to outmaneuver and defeat numerically superior Austrian armies. His tactics and strategies during these campaigns would be studied and admired for generations to come. The year 1800 witnessed a pivotal moment in the Napoleonic Wars, the Battle of Marengo. Fought near the village of Marengo in northern Italy, this clash between the French and Austrian armies proved to be a turning point in the Italian campaign. Napoleon, having crossed the Alps with his army, found himself facing a larger Austrian force. What began as a desperate struggle for survival soon turned into a stunning victory for the French. The battle raged for hours, with both sides fighting with incredible ferocity. The Austrians, confident of victory, were caught off guard by a late French counterattack led by General Desailly. The tide of battle turned and the Austrians were routed. The Battle of Marengo solidified Napoleon's control over northern Italy and cemented his reputation as one of the greatest military commanders in history. The towering peaks and narrow valleys of Switzerland, traditionally a land of neutrality, became entangled in the maelstrom of the Napoleonic Wars. The French, seeking to secure their flanks and control strategic passes, clashed with Austrian and Russian forces amidst the rugged alpine terrain. The fighting in Switzerland was fierce and unforgiving. The mountainous terrain favored the defender, and both sides utilized the difficult conditions to their advantage. Ambushes and skirmishes were commonplace, as were battles fought in treacherous mountain passes. The Swiss campaign tested the limits of endurance and military skill. Soldiers on both sides faced not only the enemy, but also the harsh elements, with freezing temperatures and treacherous mountain paths claiming as many lives as the fighting itself. The battles fought in northern Italy and Switzerland, though often overshadowed by larger engagements, played a crucial role in shaping the Napoleonic era. They demonstrated Napoleon's military genius, his ability to overcome seemingly insurmountable odds and achieve decisive victories. These victories solidified French control over key strategic territories, allowing Napoleon to project his power deeper into Europe. They also shattered the myth of Austrian invincibility, paving the way for further French expansion. The impact of these battles extended beyond the immediate military outcomes. They fueled Napoleon's ambition, fueling his desire to reshape the map of Europe and establish a new order. The echoes of these battles reverberated across the continent, shaping the political landscape for years to come. The Napoleonic Wars, a conflagration that consumed Europe for over a decade, left an indelible mark on the continent and the world. The echoes of those epic clashes, the clash of empires and ideologies, continue to resonate to this day. The battles fought in northern Italy and Switzerland, though just a small part of a much larger conflict, offer a glimpse into the sheer scale and brutality of the Napoleonic Wars. They remind us of the human cost of conflict, the countless lives lost or shattered amidst the chaos of war. The Napoleonic era, for all its bloodshed and upheaval, also ushered in an era of profound change. It challenged the established order, spread revolutionary ideas, and redrew the map of Europe. The echoes of those changes continue to shape the world we live in today,